Hey everybody, it's Jamie. Welcome behind the scenes. It has been a minute or more than, and I have missed you. I have missed being here, and I wanted to pop in and say hi and tell you a little bit about what happened and what's happening and why so much is shifting here in the studio. If you've been here and watching the BTS for a while, you'll know that at the end of last year, I started talking about something very specific, the path of artistic devotion. And this is a recognition of a whole world of creatives that generally aren't acknowledged, sometimes not even to themselves. They are the group of people who are artists to their souls, to their selves and their being in a deep and profound way. They take their art very seriously. They're not hobbyists, but they're also not people necessarily pursuing a profession. They're just people who art is a part of who they are in this world, and bringing the arts to the center of their life is central to their well-being, their happiness, their health. And this is something that's just really not recognized. We tend to really lump people into, oh, you like to play with art, or wow, you're aspiring to be a professional artist. Very few people ever make that. So there's these sort of two ends of the spectrum, and then there's these people in this magical middle, as one of my students has coined it, where this is who you are, this is important to you, and there hasn't really been a path. And that feeling, that truth, people's response to that truth, people writing to me and saying, I recognize myself in that, me recognizing my own path so deeply in that, I dove in, and I dove in deep. I created a whole program called Devotion, and it's intimate, and we've gone through the first season. It's magical, and it really is for those people, maybe that's you, who are ready to say, art is my heart, it is my soul, it is centered to my life, no matter what. This isn't about getting paid, and this isn't about play. This is about the expression of myself as a human being, as an artist in the world. I want to own that. I want to experience that. I want it finally to be the truth I stand on in my life. And I poured my heart into that. So that's where I've been, pouring my heart into that program, pouring my heart into those people who came through that program. And also writing about it, trying to gather all my thoughts and knowing as a lifetime artist, as somebody who has gone through dance and theater and expressive arts and the visual arts, my own difficult journey with that, who's shown up for that again and again and again, and also strayed from that and felt the truth that my life was more painful, dark, gray, out of alignment when I wasn't creating, or when creating was so far on the back burner that it was almost insignificant. And how the times when I brought it into the center of my life lit me up, woke me up to life, reminded me of who I am. And so that's what I want for you. That's the core of my work. And so I've had to really make choices about where I pour all that energy. So right now, it's into that program, and it's into that book. And because I want everybody for whom, like, if you're going, oh, I get that, I feel that, I want you to have a path. I want you to have tools and strategies, and I want you to know that that path is for you, and that the world doesn't always get it, and that doesn't mean it's not correct. And so that is where I'm placing my attention. Also, this season, have my attention on the studio yearbook. Many of you are studio yearbookers. The summer yearbook is coming out. We're in the spring one now. My winter one, I just want to show you how thick it is. My winter one is one of my favorite. That's some ephemera. We have the ephemera exchange coming up, and so I've been collecting papers. My winter one is one of my favorite yearbooks ever. I don't know, it took a while for me to find my way in, and then it just got so full, even though like these little tabs on the side represent when we've been in lockdown. And so it's funny to think that we have had this, in many ways, really quiet life as we've worked through the pandemic. But at the same time, that doesn't mean our inner lives aren't rich and full. Oh yeah, in the winter we also have a crossover section where we set our dreams and goals for the year and we envision the new year. So it is rich with that. We also in our yearbooks do our dream boards. Here's one of my dream boards. And it just makes me happy to look at it. And it's so interesting looking at a video. Like you see things I may not have seen before. Like suddenly I see the relationship between these two. It's almost like a drawing of Justin and myself. So, oh my goodness, I put this one in my current dream board too. It's so funny. So we do dream boards under the full moon every season. What I've been doing recently is printing images off of Pinterest. I just find there's more, I especially recommend this because there's more diversity. You have more options. You can take images from anywhere. You're not reselling it. It's just for you. There's also services like Pixabay that have copyright free images. You could go there exploring to create your dream boards. So I'm finding that my work these days is really surrounding, it's always been about the creative journey. It's always been about coming home to yourself as an artist. It's always been about finding the courage and confidence to live that way and work that way in the world. But I'm just starting to sort of center my offerings around less things so we can go deeper with each of them. So this season, I have this studio yearbook, which is really a great way to support your creative practice, to awaken your creative spirit, to give you something that is simple and doable and inspiring every single day. And that really nourishes the creative soul. I'm also doing my Mindful Mondays practice on Monday mornings with a group. And that is where we use our creativity to start to shift our life. We bring that creative capacity to our day-to-day, our plans, our hopes, our dreams. And we start week by week making choices in our life that align with the truest part of ourselves. And by doing that, we create a life that nourishes us, that inspires us, and that feels like home. So that's Mindful Mondays. And then I'm teaching devotion again this summer. This is a deep dive immersion. This is 12 weeks with a limited group of other beautiful artists, throwing your heart and soul into your work and having support to do it. So these are the things I've been working on. And so that's where all my energy has been. I've been on Instagram a little bit. So you can come and visit me there. I have plans for what I hope to do here on YouTube, and potentially I'm dancing with the idea of bringing my podcast back. And here on YouTube, I think I'm going to focus on things like I want to bring the Creative Living bookshelf back because I know we all love books. And you can see that's just one pile. Here's another bunch. Oh, those are my magazines. And I've got a pile of books here. And I want to share those with you. And so I'm laying new foundations. It's like I have been a plant, and in the past season, I've been deepening my roots. And there will be new things sprouting. Devotion is a brand new sprout. The studio yearbook is a sprout that's just getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Same with Mindful Mondays. And so thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring. Thank you for always going with me. One of the things about being a creative is that we have to keep following our inspiration. We have to keep going on adventures. And sometimes that means, and I just am not great at this, sometimes that means letting go of what was in order to step into what will be. And I think back, do you remember when I started the BTS? I wonder if some of you have been with me that long. I did it 5 mornings a week. 5 mornings a week. I just got up and got on camera, and my camera was crappy and my sound was crappy and my studio was mostly empty. But I showed up. I showed up. And this is what I want for you. I want you to know your creative heart. I want you to listen to it. I want you to let it guide you into really 3 things: into becoming who you truly are, into creating work that comes from that unique soul spirit you were born with, that special view you have of the world, that set of loves and preferences that belong only to you. To create work out of that. So to know who that is, to create work out of that, and also to create a life out of that. So your life, your work. And so that's why I have those 3 things right now. The studio yearbook, so you can turn to journaling. Know your preferences. Pay attention to what inspires you. Notice what you're grateful for, what you have to celebrate. Notice what you find truly important. All of those things are in that fill in the blank journal. Your life, Mindful Mondays, knowing what matters, making choices week by week to slowly narrow the gap between what you dream of and what your life looks like. And then devotion, where you deep dive into creating the work that only you can bring into this world. I've been going deeper. I believe that I am doing the work that only I can bring into this world. And so I am listening and showing up, and I hope that that models for you what it is like to do that, what it is like to brave the adventure of making change, of making mistakes, of wildly following the next idea, of sometimes dropping the ball, of sometimes going back to something you loved, but being so in tune with yourself and the energy of the work that you trust it and go. Stay connected with me. There's always the next adventure. Come on over to openthedoor.ca. Make sure you're a part of the studio. I will be here. Like I said, I have ideas and plans. I just need to get the roots strong for the things I'm doing, and then I will expand back out and you will see me more, I promise. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad we're connected. If you have any questions at all about any of these programs, again, come on over to openthedoor.ca. Leave a comment and question. Email me at jamie, Jamie, at openthedoor.ca. I would love to support you on your creative journey. Okay, take good care. I love you.